If you're a working professional and if you've been working in a corporate since quite some time, I'm sure you must have observed a lot of people around you who speak very good English. They're excellent communicators and speak confidently and fluently. And sometimes we are in awe of the way they speak. Maybe because they use some idioms or expressions that we aren't aware of, and hence we fall in love with the way they are speaking. If you want to be one of them, you can watch this video till the end because you will learn a lot of new expressions and idioms in this video, which will help you to put them right in your speech in your office or even when you're having online meetings. So the first one is nose to the grindstone. Now this one is an idiom that can be used when you want to tell somebody that you want to get back to your work and you want to work hard and focus all your attention on your work. For example, if you meet a colleague or a friend in your cafeteria at work and you talk for almost half an hour and then you realize that it's almost the time that the lunch break is over and you need to get going, you could simply tell the person that, hey, I need to get going. Nose to the grindstone, man. It's time to get going and get back to work. So when you say nose to the grindstone, man, it simply means that you want to get back to work and focus all your attention on your work without getting distracted. Maybe because there's a lot of work piled up and you need to finish it. The next one is, please bear with me for a moment. Now this doesn't mean that you have to bear with the person that you are. This is generally used to tell a client when you want to ask them to wait for a moment or maybe a minute or so. You need to quickly finish something and you'll be back with them in a minute. So when you want to ask for an excuse to go finish something that is really urgent or important, and then you will be back with the client on the phone or maybe face to face with them, you could simply say, please bear with me for a moment, I'll be right back. The other one is, the boss is in a mood. Now this one simply means that the boss is in a bad mood. So there are a lot of times when our boss is worried about something, could be personal or professional, and we can see on his face or on her face that they're not in a great mood, and we absolutely can see the warning sign well ahead of time. We can see maybe from their body language or from their facial expressions or from their overall tone that it is not the right time to go and talk to them about anything. Especially go and talk to them about you taking a holiday or the office planning a trip somewhere, etc. Right? Because you don't want to spoil their mood further, and you definitely don't want to be the person on which he blasts or takes out his anger. So you want to stay away, and if your colleague is planning to approach the boss, you can simply tell him, the boss is in a mood today, so be careful. Better not take this side of your story to him today. Maybe you can approach him tomorrow and talk about it. The next one is, better keep your head down today. And this one is used to tell a colleague who generally has this naughtiness inside him or her, and he generally falls in trouble all of the time. And if in the morning he has already fallen in trouble and the boss has observed him doing something naughty, and then in the evening he's back in the mood to do something else, you just want to tell him, advise him that better keep your head down today. That means try to avoid any further problems. Just do your work and go home safe. So better keep your head down today. Another one is, that's a cushy number. Now this one is used to tell that a particular job is very easy to do and it doesn't require a lot of hard work or focus. So if at your workplace there's a person who has an easy doing job, you could simply comment saying, that's a cushy number. The next one is, thank heaven it's Friday. Now this one can definitely be used on Fridays when our moods are all lit up and we are all excited because it is the weekend that we're waiting for and it's Friday again. So maybe when you're talking to your colleagues during lunchtime or in the evening time and you simply comment saying, thank heavens it's Friday today. I've planned so many things for this Friday night and for the coming weekend. So you're showing all your excitement with the fact that you've been waiting for this long weekend to come, and thank God the weekend has come finally and it's a Friday today. Another one is you working at the weekend. Now this one can be used for a person that you want to talk to and ask if that person is also working on a weekend. So sometimes some of our jobs want us to work over a weekend, and maybe we are going to come back to office on Saturday and Sunday also. And if you're looking for some company and you see that there's somebody else who may be working with you on this Saturday and Sunday, you could simply ask them, you working at the weekend? That means, are you also going to work just like me without enjoying this weekend? The next one is, are you working hours in? Now when you say are you working hours in, that is typically asked to a person who you see is waiting back after the office hours are over. Generally everybody has gone home and the office is empty except that one cabin or one cubicle where you see that the lights are on and there's this one person who is sitting and working. Now you are the one who wants to know the reason why that person is working. So you go to him and ask, are you working hours in? That means, have you asked for some hours off in the next week, and hence to compensate for those hours, are you working right now? So are you staying back at office because you're going to take some off in the next week? So are you working hours in? The next is, I had a few drinks, so I'm flying under the radar. Now this one is typical in office environments where generally colleagues go out together, or maybe even if not together, they've gone out with their girlfriends or boyfriends or other friends the night before and have had a lot of drinks. And maybe they are still in that dizzy state, or in that state where they're not fully aware or awake, or are not fully aware that they are at work and need to focus and concentrate on their work. So they want to kind of be very normal that day, and they don't want any kind of attention that day, especially from the upper management or from their boss. So they want to kind of have their heads down all day and just work and go home safely without anyone else noticing that they were drunk the last night and maybe the hangover is still there. So that is the phrase that you can use. The other one is, that's one job I wouldn't do. Now this one is used especially when you see somebody doing a particular job and maybe they are paid better than you, but you're sure of the fact that no matter what happens, no matter what your boss tells you to do, or no matter how much you're paid for it, that is one job that you would never do. Because maybe you don't like that job, or maybe you know that you're not capable of doing that job, or you just hate that job profile. Whatever the reason be, you could simply say, that's the one job I wouldn't do, or that's the one job I wouldn't ever do. But of course, we all know that when money comes in, we can definitely switch and change our roles and maybe end up doing that job. But this is just an expression to show that you're not fond of doing that kind of work. Another one is all work and no play. Now this one is derived from the proverb, all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. Now this one can be used for a colleague of yours who you are seeing has been working hard since quite some time, and you've been seeing that he's not coming to the cafeteria or enjoying with your group, or he's not wasting a lot of time. Most of the time you see his nose to the grindstone. Most of the time you see that he's working hard and very focused and dedicated. And the weekend is here and you want to tell him that, hey, you know what? I think you should take some time off and enjoy your life too. So you can simply say that all work and no play. Let's go out tonight and watch a movie, or let's go out and party tonight, because I've been seeing you working hard all this time and I want you to take some time and enjoy life. Another one is sorry for keeping you waiting. Now this one is typically used in a phone call. If you receive a call from somebody who's asking to get through to some other person and you are aware of the other person who they are inquiring about, and you ask the person on the call to please hold on for a second such that you can connect to the person that they want to talk to. Now you make them wait for quite longer, and then you realize that he waited for more than the normal, and then you want to apologize to them that so sorry for keeping you waiting. Sometimes even if you do not make them wait for a very long period of time, still it's polite and humble to come back on call and say sorry for keeping you waiting. I've connected you to that person. I'll just dial one number now and you will directly get connected to that person. So it is just a polite way of acknowledging the fact that they waited until you could connect to the person that they wanted to talk to, and it was very nice on their part to wait and listen to those beeps, beeps, beeps for quite some time. Another one is, I'll be with you in a minute. Now this can again be used when there's a client who is in front of you, or when you are on a call and you want to tell the person that there's something urgent that you want to finish and you will be back in no time. You will be back in a minute or so. So you could simply say, I'll be with you in a minute. So please give me a minute, wait for me for a minute patiently, and I'll be right back with you discussing the things that we want to. Another one is, can you cover me? Now, can you cover me is used when you want, say, a couple of hours away from work for some personal reasons. Maybe you just got some news from your home that your mom is ill and you urgently need to go to the hospital to see her, or maybe you need to take her to the doctor, or maybe you need to drop your kids to school because your wife is busy that day and all of a sudden you have to go out somewhere for a couple of hours or maybe less. So you want to ask your colleague to do your work until the 2 hours that you won't be there. So you could simply ask them as a request, can you please cover me? The last one is, I wish I had her job. Now this one is used when you really love the job that somebody else is doing and you think that you would have loved being at her place or at his place, and hence you simply comment saying, I wish I had her job. So I would have loved doing the work that she's doing currently, and hence I wish I had a job. So guys, these were the 15 new idioms and expressions that you can use in your everyday conversation at workplace right from today. Trust me, these are very easy and you can easily remember them because they do not have very difficult vocabulary or language. They're simple phrases, expressions and idioms that you can incorporate in your everyday speech. So the next time there's a Friday that's around, you could simply use an idiom saying, thanks heavens it's Friday. So try and bring one of these idioms in your speech at workplace from today onwards. If you like this video, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon if you think that this video was helpful for you, because there are a lot of other videos that are planned for you in the near future. Also do comment below and let me know which of these idioms did you like the most and which of these idioms would you love to use at your workplace. Until I see you next. Bye.